division and have to fight back in Chicago to earn a spot in the top tier of the sport. Here we go. Just a couple seconds for the start of this point. Infamous on your screen right now. There's Damian Ryan with the skull mask. Man, he has played out of his mind this weekend. Infamous struggling, but they're now having to prove that they belong with the best in the business. So look at this, shooting CP off the break. Now, we have not seen Oswaldo get shot off the break very much at all, but you know, that's one of the most surest things in paintball. Out of every single team, Oswaldo's going to the break, snake off the break every single point. You know it, it's just can you stop him or not?
And he wasn't out there for the first point, which is interesting because he's been out there pretty much for every point for those guys. So.
He was out there, just not for very long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got shot. He's walking off right now.
As did almost the rest of CEP. 3 bodies walked off nearly on the break for CEP.
And Nicky Cuba shot both those guys and then immediately got into the 40-yard line Doritos. So Nicky Cuba came to play some paintball today.
And that's I talked with Nicky yesterday. We talked about this a little bit. They need him to perform. He's their rock.
Well, last year, Nicky Cuba, game after game after game, he was just killing people.
Yeah,
he had a good season last year.
Doing work.
And now the rock was Damian Ryan. So yeah, if they get Nicky Cuba back in the game, then you know Infamous gets scary again. I mean, they have a lot of guys on that team, but really the guys that were doing having a lot of production this weekend for Infamous is just Bobby Villas and Damian Ryan. So if they can get everyone else clicking here.
And here's Bobby Aviles looking to come down the highway.
Oh, minor penalty on Infamous, and it's Brandon Mayo had a hit on his leg. So let's see if he can get in the box. I was gonna say he needs to sprint to the box. Minor penalties come off. If you lose the point, they stay on if you win, but the time does not start for your penalty until you get in the box.
I don't think CEP knows that they got a minor. Oh, yeah, there they go, blow the horn. Bobby Aviles trying to play it smart. Act like he didn't know.
So
said CEP blew the horn.
So
Bobby's out there playing. CEP's like, maybe we still have a guy.
No.
So we just saw our first match with the Russian Legion, equivalent to the Yankees basically, and get sent down to the minor leagues. And here's Infamous in the same situation. So I would say that Infamous, it's gonna be unacceptable for them to even be thinking about going down that division.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so Infamous looking pretty sharp here, and you could tell, I mean, again, it's not rocket science. Oswaldo is going to go for CEP. He's going to go to the snake. He's going to do it every single point. It's just, can you stop him? And most of the time it's no, especially on this particular field layout, because the snake is very makeable. It's actually, you know, we had Tim Montresor up here from Edmonton Impact, and he was talking about how he felt that the tower right by the snake was harder to make than the actual snake itself.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, you're diving through an extra gap when you go to the snake, but you know, it just depends on how you run to that tower on the snake side, you know, because most people that are going there, because the people that are running the snake are running and they're diving at about the tower, you know, or at the tower into the snake, and the gap that you're going through is really, really small. But most of the people that are running to the tower are running with their gun up, straight up and down, so you're offering your face, your loader, your gun, harder hits target, and a higher profile.
Oh, there's a major penalty, or was it just ref just throwing one for fun?
I think the ref was practicing throwing a major flag right there.
Let's see who can get some more height on their
penalty
toss.
They changed Mayo's penalty from a minor to a major is what they just did.
Oh, okay. Well, he did. I mean, when he got up, he looked down, and it was a hit the size of Gibraltar on his leg. Yeah, so major penalty now on Brandon Mayo. So let's see if CEP can take this power play and do something with it. Now Oswaldo able to make it off the break, but look at this. Complete destruction on the Dorito side is Robbie Goldsmith. Oh, and now a minor penalty for CEP. So CEP looked like they caught a break for a second with that major penalty on Brandon Mayo, but they just throw it right back. Like, oh, you know what, Infamous? We're going to spot you this one, too.
And jog to the box, if not walk to the box. Oh, and nobody got in the box. Osvaldo never got to the box.
Which means they're going to have to start down a body.
Yeah, because CEP blew the horn, but they never had their guy in the box. Just
little loss of mental composure for CEP.
Hey, will you hold this shotgun real quick? I'm going to stick my foot out. Because Infamous's major is now at 122.
Yeah, so not looking good for CEP early here, 17-50, and we saw this the last game when the Tauntauns were putting some points up against Moscow until they finally came back, though Moscow did lose. So Looks like we have an interview with Lauren down in the pits. Lauren, what's going on down there?
Hey guys, I'm in the CEP pit with Bo Shaw right now. He's helping coach. You guys are having a hard time staying alive off of the break. What kind of play are you going to run right now to make sure that doesn't happen?
We're going to take a little bit more aggressive break on right now. We've kind of taken a conservative break and want to play really conservatively, and they're shooting us on the break, so we're going to throw a little bit something different at them and see if we can get the spots early and get some early G's for ourselves.
All right, we'll see if they can get this point.
Go, boys!
Looking at CEP on your screen. Ready to roll.
Peter Velarde. You got Steve Nicola, Colin Cherry, John Ruza.
I think Velarde's got a good future in front of him. I like how that kid plays. But again, a lot of these younger guys on this team, same with Ruza, they look fluid. They obviously have a high level of talent, but man, survivability an issue for CEP. That's been their big problem. They get to good spots. It's like Shock last year. After Shock had such a big problem staying alive in their bunkers. It seems like such a fundamental thing. Like, yeah, of course they need to stay alive in their bunkers, but yeah, you try it. Go try to gunfight Ryan Greenspan and see how long you're going to stay alive in your bunker.
Well, when guns are pounding on you and you see paint flying at you and people running at you, you just get so excited and want to try and shoot them, but sometimes that's not the best thing, and sometimes you just got to hide.
Yeah, that's why we call it gunfight logic. So here we go, both teams with penalties, and huge move by Oswaldo. Is he making in there clean? And Oswald, no, that's Peter Velarde. Was that Velarde? Keene. Daniel Keene making a big move for CEP, but he gets taken out.
And CEP makes it to 3-2 for themselves. So they said they were going to play a little more aggressive. They did. They lost the guy in the Snake 2 on the break, but they made their Dorito 40.
They just need to get somebody alive on the Dorito side, and they finally did that. So at least they have that tower over there. But 23 seconds on their penalty. So CEP will get one body back here in a minute. Infamous, they have all 4 bodies alive that they started with, and they're going to get Brandon MAO back in 30 seconds. There's Brad McCurley on your screen right there with Damian Ryan next to him in the Snake Tower. Brad McCurley shooting across the field.
CP needs to put themselves in a position here now. Oh, and he takes one right to the face, Todd. I thought he was going to make it in there.
Steve Nicola, he rocks off the field. So CEP just with 3 bodies left now.
And right now, and on your screen, there's Infamous's lineup, and they have 4 bodies versus CEP's 3.
And here comes Brandon MAO getting ready to come out. Let's see if he makes it alive.
So good job by Infamous to burn that penalty off the clock. Brandon MAO back in action, and he comes out to that back center, little tiny baby bunker back there. And CEP. Good field position, though, on the Driddle side, but can they get production out of there? That's the issue. They get into these good spots, but then, that's just step 1 is getting up there.
Ooh, Brad McCurley is pulling right by Peter Velarde's forehead, looking to come on the inside. Oh, nope, backs up, changes his mind. Got Damian Ryan behind him. In Snake 1 now, Brad pushing into Snake 2, trying to get a shot across the field on the Dorito Tower. Now backing up and shooting at the 40 Dorito. CEP able to get in that 40 Dorito, but Peter Velarde gets shot, I think from Kevin Rudolph or Bobby Aviles over there on the Dorito side. And that is going to open up the door for Brad McCurley, and here he comes. Colin Cherry gets shot out of the Dorito, and it is a feeding frenzy. Here comes Damian Ryan, Bobby Aviles, and they execute the last CEP player as he comes walking out the field. John Ruza and Bobby Aviles going to get credit for that one. So LA Infamous right now just dominating CEP.
Yeah, and we had talked about how Infamous probably going to come into this game. I mean, that's an emotional team. That's not a team that's very stoic and, regardless of what the situation is, they react the same. No, that's an emotional team, and they play high off their emotions. And, faced with relegation down to the Challengers division, I'm pretty sure every single one of these guys was like, hey, we're going to come out and try to stomp CEP into the ground tomorrow, make a statement that there's no way we're going to get relegated. All right, so make sure you pre-register for the rest of the 2013 season. Event number 3 coming at you from CPX Sports in Joliet, Illinois, June 20th through the 23rd. And then event number 4, the PSP West Coast Open. PSP making its return to the West Coast August 16th through the 18th at the A.V. Brown Sports Complex in Riverside, California, just east of Los Angeles. And then event number 5, of course, the biggest event in the world, PSP World Cup, October 17th through the 20th at the Fantasy of Flight in Polk City, Florida. Make sure you sign up at pspevents.com. And definitely sign up early because this event sold out here at OXCC for the MAO, and then also the first event sold out. So the events are probably going to all sell out this year. As paintball looking real strong in 2013 all around the world. So this game is brought to you by Pro Edge Paintball in Houston. And man, they got a great store there. Offer free shipping for orders over $100, and you're gonna get your stuff in 1 to 2 business days. John over at Pro Edge, man, such a great supporter of the game, and one of the best stores in the nation. So big supporter of PBA, and help us help the sport by helping the people that support us. Here we go.
And on the breakout, Infamous out to the Dorito corner and the Dorito tower. Damian Ryan shooting from the back center. They got Nicky Cuba, Callie Rudolph, Bobby Aviles, and Brandon Mayo. Again, shoot a body off of the Dorito side for CEP.
And Colin Cherry gets eliminated going to that Dorito corner for CEP on the break as well. So they're down 1 immediately, which has been a trend point after point so far.
And on your screen, that's Damian Ryan right there with the skull goggles. Bumps into that center Dorito, or center temple. Shooting towards the snake side, now probing the middle of the field. Nicky Cuba above him, shooting across the snake side. There's Peter Velarde on your screen right now in the back of the snake. Playing right behind, that's Evan, or Osvaldo. Here comes Damian Ryan up the middle of the field. Robbie Goldsmith gets shot, he's walking off. Evan Fife gets shot, he's walking off.
Coming off, and here comes Damian Ryan, take down the last 2 players running through. Takes out Osvaldo, and also Peter Velarde getting shot by Damian Ryan. I think Damian might have got himself a 3-pack there. Yeah, Damian Ryan, I even got 4. Did Damian Ryan shoot Fife?
Maybe. I'm pretty sure he shot the guy going to the corner. I think Callie Rudolph shot Fife and Goldsmith. Callie went out to that Dorito side corner, and he shot Robbie Goldsmith, the last one off that Dorito side.
Yeah, so Callie Rudolph and Damian Ryan stepping up. So does Brandon Mayo, got Osvaldo. So here we go. There's Damian Ryan on your screen, the standout star for Infamous here in this event so far. Man, he's playing great in 2013, and we're going to be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey guys, down here in the Infamous tent with Travis Lemensky. I know this wasn't a position you guys wanted to be into, so what were the guys' attitudes coming into today?
Everyone just wants to play and not get relegated. Obviously, we feel like we should be in the finals right now, not in the relegation thing, so the guys are playing hard.
All right, well, we'll see if they can win this, stay in the champions bracket, and get into the finals next time.
Thanks.
So we're back here. Osvaldo Lopez here into Snake 2. 13:54 to go. Can CEP get some sort of offense going? They haven't been able to get any offense going because Infamous is just destroying them off the break. And so finally, Chattanooga CEP getting a chance to play with 5 bodies, Todd.
Finally, and they shoot Nicky Cuba out of that Dorito side tower. Bobby Aviles bumps back into the Snake corner. Brad McCurley goes from Snake 1 to Snake 2. Damian Ryan, the Skull Mask Invader, comes from the back center up into that mini race bunker, shooting towards the Dorito side. He's been just clipping bodies off there left and right. Might have shot another one in the pack. Referee runs into check. Brad Curley comes to bunker out Osvaldo Brito Neto Lopez.
Gets destroyed trying to make
OVBNL.
that. He didn't come close.
No, not at all. But Damian Ryan did shoot out that body going to the Dorito 1. And Bobby Aviles is over here wheeling and dealing out of the snake corner. CEP with 3 bodies on the snake side right now. All focused on Damian Ryan. Callie Rudolph still alive over there somewhere. I think he's in this Dorito side corner. Damian, yep, there goes Callie into the Dorito 1. Damian gets shot on top of the head and he comes running off. Osvaldo now standing up tall, trying to shoot down on Callie Rudolph. Robbie Goldsmith there in the back center. Keeping paint on Callie Rudolph. Evan Fife bumps from the back of Snake 1 into the Snake Tower. Every single player on CEP right now shooting at Callie Rudolph.
Yeah.
Bobby Aviles trying to live in that backside of that snake corner for Infamous. It is a 4-on-2 right now.
Yeah, 4-on-2. CEP needs to speed it up too. So they need to close this game out here, put a point on the board, make it a 3-point match, and preserve as much time as possible. Because
as we hit the 12-minute mark in the game right now. Oh, and there goes Evan Fife. I think Callie Rudolph got a shot in on Fife. Oh no, Bobby shot Evan Fife on the inside. Osvaldo into the backside, and here comes Bobby Aviles.
no, but Bobby Villa's getting
gets
taken
picked
out.
up.
Lopez getting him. And then now Lopez going to try to close this point out here, backed up by Daniel Keene, number 21 for CEP. So it looks like CEP is going to finally get on the board here.
Robbie Goldsmith.
But Keene's got to sprint that flag in, Keene. Why is Keene just casually jaunting the flag in? They need all the time. They need every second they possibly can get here to have a chance to come back. I mean, only put 1 point on the board in 8.5 minutes.
I think CEP is looking to get some extra games in the Challengers division, maybe make themselves a little bit better.
I don't know. That's like a pet peeve for me. You know, I mean, you want to play 100% game out there, and I mean, I don't want to take anything away from you. You played great in that particular point, but you got to you have to always try to give your team the best chance to win. And you know, maybe he's tired. I'm not really sure, but when you grab that flag, if you're down this many points, time isn't your friend. So you need to keep as much time on that clock as possible, and that means sprinting the flag in and hustle. You know, it's that old school concept of hustle. When I was a kid coming up and playing baseball or any sort of sport, it was always, hey, hustle. It was a big deal. So anyway, here we go. We'll be back after these messages and see if CEP can get back into it.
ANSgear.com has the world's largest inventory of paintball equipment, including guns, masks, loaders, paintballs, tanks, and clothing.
All right, we are back here, 2013 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open. I'm Manny Marshall, Todd Martinez. 11 minutes and 18 seconds to go. It's 4-1, and Chattanooga CEP has been beaten up so far by Los Angeles Infamous. And let's see, Infamous taking Bobby Aviles, Callie Rudolph, Brandon Mayo, Damian Reiner, Drew Templeton out. And Drew Templeton, the only one of those guys that hasn't been feasting out there. Bobby Aviles, 6 kills, Rudolph, 4, Mayo, 2, Damian Ryan, 4. And on the flip side, the only one that's really killed anybody for CEP has been Peter Velarde and John Ruza.
Well, Drew Templeton finally getting in the game over there. Nicky Cuba been playing that spot pretty well. Infamous been playing their guys. You know, they're solid guys to make sure that they get, not that any of the guys in Infamous aren't solid, but trying to play their first 5 to make sure that they beat CEP in this situation, don't end up in the Challengers division. Damian Ryan catches a bounce and then catches another one, gets shot. He's walking off right now. Brandon Mayo goes diving into Snake 2. CEP loses Peter Velarde off the break, but they still have 4 bodies. They got Nicola, Ruza, Keene, and Cherry. And as Cherry goes into the 40 Dorito for CEP, trying to get aggressive over there on the Dorito side, Steve Nicola and Daniel Keene over here on the Snake side working together. So, oh, Colin Cherry just gets shot out of that 40 Dorito. See so many players make moves into good spots and then just lose a gun battle so quickly and just hurt their team so bad.
And Colin Cherry's been doing that a decent amount over there. So Colin Cherry going to need to work on some gunfighting drills and practice before Chicago Open here. And just about 10 minutes to go.
Brandon Mayo goes into snake 2 for LA Infamous. Starts looking to work on that center temple where Steve Nicola is going to have to tuck in. Referees taking a look there at Daniel Keene. Daniel Keene decides to crawl away from the refs and dive into snake number 2. There's Bobby Aviles.
Oh, and Steve Nicola getting shot out of his bunker. So, and you can see the frustration as still Keene still alive over here. Sorry, Ruza. Yeah, no, Daniel Keene and John Ruza still alive.
Callie Rudolph into the Dorito 1 for Infamous. Still 4 bodies alive for them. Drew Templeton in that Dorito tower just watching that lane. And Brandon Mayo can probably go run down Keene whenever he wants. With just 2 bodies left. If he does, it'll open up the game for LA Infamous. Of course, he might decide to hang out there for a little bit and let Bobby Aviles run him down on the inside.
And here he goes, makes his move. Oh, but he gets shot cross field by John Ruza. John Ruza sneaking a shot in on Brandon Mayo, so Brandon Mayo dropping that lane.
Yeah, Ruza looked. Ruza was watching Dorito side, and as soon as Mayo went, Ruza turned the other way and picked him up. Got to make those moves right away. Come up, check off the body, and execute. Bobby Aviles bumps into the snake side corner. Daniel Keene just sitting across the field, trying to work on Callie Rudolph. Infamous with the 4-1 lead, though. Doesn't have to go anywhere.
No, they don't have to do anything. All they have to do is this. Hide, shoot your guns, and keep the 2 from coming into the 2 players left alive for CEP, pushing into your back line.
Ooh, and Bobby Aviles bounces Keene going into the 50 snake over here. And Bobby Aviles gets on the creeper mode, comes into back of snake 1. Looking to attack. That's Drew Templeton and Callie Rudolph on your screen right there. Keeping up communication. Watching in front of each other. Like 2 best friends that anyone could have ever do.
And then now, little move here. Bobby Aviles into the snake.
Who's watching who? Well, the big one's watching the little one. Good parenting there, Sam Monville.
Bobby Aviles is playing great again. You know, he was our top gun in Dallas. Best statistical player about Dallas. And check out the stats on Paintball Access. Trying to take paintball to another level, and you know we need objective measures of skill out there, which is why we've brought statistics to the game. Can't just be who gets to tell the best story at the bar after the game, you know?
Yeah.
It's got to be who's actually shooting who.
Or at the all-you-can-eat pizza place where I hang out.
So Chattanooga CP, though it's just 2 guys, they you know, and then Keene's picking up paintballs
Keene's
off the
got
ground.
no paintballs.
Oh, no, he found a pod. He's got a pod. Or maybe half a pod.
A little bit of pod. He looks at the sidelines. You got a pod, bro? So Keene knows how valuable his body is over here on this side of the field, how valuable this point is. And they're going to have to try and do something, but Drew Templeton's just locked in on Ruza across the field over there. Daniel Keene can't really go anywhere with Bobby Aviles and Callie Rudolph just pounding his bunker.
Yeah, so slow point here, and the thing is that this is inexperience on CEP's part. There's 2 guys left, you're looking at 3. You have to try to make something happen, because, or concede the point and then come back out full strength and try to get back in this. But you have to give yourself enough time to potentially win the game. You know, CEP just seems to be content to just chill out in their bunkers, and these guys don't have a lot of paint, and this isn't, you're not putting your team in the best position to win this game.
No, seriously, you can't just sit there. You know, you got to do something, you know. Get chucking and jiving like Chad Boucher at the discotheque.
Yeah, and I understand
get
that,
on the dance floor, let's get something funky.
But they only have 2 guys alive, and there's 3 looking at 3 guns, and then they're just looking at the tips of barrels and the edges of goggles as Infamous playing real tight here with 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go. But that being said, it's produce a point here or concede the point. 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Next up we have 187 taking on Thunder, and then Omaha Vicious taking on Storm in our Challengers Division semifinals. We'll see who's going to try to fight and earn a spot back into the Champions Division. So they're finally conceding the point at CEP. Smart move. So the only move. The only move. I mean, the bad thing about that is that, now it's a 4-point spread and you only have 5 minutes left. But see, what's the difference of doing that now or doing that 2.5 minutes ago? You do that 2 minutes ago, and then they have 7 minutes to try to score 4 points instead of having to try to score 4 points in 5 minutes. But it's those little coaching issues that are the difference between the top teams. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Masks, loaders, paintballs, tanks, and clothing. With free shipping on all orders over $100. Shop now at ansgear.com.
Welcome back. If you missed it, CEP conceded that last point. It was a tough decision for them. Osvaldo, Robbie Goldsmith, and Bo were all standing around trying to figure out if that was the right move. Ultimately, they decided that they needed that 5 minutes to see if they could get some more points on the board. So we'll see what they can do.
All right, here we go. Can CEP come back, score 4 points, and tie it up in 5 minutes? It's a tall order. We'll find out here off the break. Oh, they lose Colin Cherry. He's really struggled this match. And then
there goes Drew Templeton getting shot on the break as well. So he comes off. Brandon Mayo back in the game down here with Bobby Aviles on the snake side, Damian Ryan. And so 3 bodies left alive. Colin Cherries walks off, so it's a 4-on-3 early in this point right now in favor of CEP, as Infamous loses their whole Dorito side on the break.
So that should help speed things up for CEP. Oswaldo gets shot though, trying to make a bump up on this snake side. And now CEP playing with 3 bodies against 2, which is the opposite of what happened in that last point. Brandon Mayo getting both those kills, so big contribution from Brandon Mayo, who just got onto Infamous. And Brandon Mayo has played high-level paintball for years, playing with Avalanche. He was one of their star guys, and then walked away from the game for a while, but wanted to get back in it, and called up Travis Lemansky, captain of Infamous, and was like, hey, give me a shot. Came and tried out in their practice against Tampa Bay Damage and made the team, and doing some work for him here today.
Yeah, you can never have enough really fast guys. And Brandon Mayo's got some wheels on him.
And a lot of experience.
Yeah. He was part of those Philly American teams.
Yep.
With Frank Connell, Michael Jordan of paintball, Eric Dearman, the #1 stunner, Spesh, a lot of other several good players, Jay Green, that back-to-back titles. I think it was the first 2 years of the league over here, 03 and 04, I believe.
Yeah, back in the day, and now still playing at the high level and doing well. So it is good to see Brandon Mayo really hasn't lost a step. Took him, obviously Infamous struggled in that first day, but since then they've been playing well, playing great today so far. Though they did just drop another one to CEP, but so they have a score of 5-2 with 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go, and we're going to be right back with some more CEP and Infamous action. We'll see you in a second. So there's a score, 5-2, 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Timeout has been called, and then we have the stats crew up there categorizing everything, counting everything, their watchful eyes, and in full Cinco de Mayo apparel, celebrating the 5th of May. And yeah, man, it's been an interesting statistical weekend. I can't wait to see who's going to end up on top here, as Bobby Aviles, who's playing for Los Angeles Infamous, was the top gun coming out of Dallas. And he's also playing really good today, played good throughout the event, but so did Damian Ryan. So we're going to see. We're going to be right back after this.
Did you hear that? Hear what? Tanks? 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 Tanks! Tanks! Yeah, tanks! Night, night! Tanks! 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 Weasel free!
Odds of surviving a hippo attack. Odds of surviving a car fire. Odds of surviving a helicopter crash. Odds of you winning this tournament. Odds of you winning a prize from Valken, especially if you head over to Facebook and enter our Paintball Access Daily Contest. Enter, win, celebrate.
And we are back. So yeah, it looks like Valken's giving away some free stuff. Definitely check out their Facebook page. Try to win some free stuff. Free is my favorite 4-letter word.
Free?
Yeah. I got a couple other good 4-letter words that are my friends too, but here we go. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Can CEP get back in it? They were able to get 2 on the board.
Ooh, and CEP able to keep their bodies alive. Not giving up, trying to stay in it here. Shooting heavy on the snake side. Brad McCurley gets out here to the snake side corner, and he's gonna come on in. Bobby Aviles into the snake side tower, comes in behind Brad. Damian Ryan into the center temple, shooting towards the snake side. And CEP in snake 1, snake tower. Pretty much almost mirrored up right now with Infamous. Robbie Goldsmith over there in the back center, doing a little work on his loader. Referee run in, give a check on one of the CEP players in that center temple, and he gets shot. Evan Fife gets shot, and he walks off. So Infamous right now with the body advantage. Infamous gonna try and lock it up here for the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds of the game. Brad McCurley over snake 1. On the inside, crawls into snake 2. Looking for some kills across the field. Gonna come up and wrap on Robbie Goldsmith. Gonna start pounding his bunker and sneaks one in on his pack. Robbie Goldsmith is shot. And he comes walking off, so add another one to the kill count for Brad McCurley. It's nice to see Brad McCurley back at full strength and healthy. Been training hard for this event. If not for not so good first day for Infamous. You know, might have been playing a couple points away from playing these next couple games. Dynasty taking on Ironman, who barely squeaked in from that division. Coming up after the 187 Thunder game and the Vicious Storm game, as well as Damage and Impact, the 2 semifinal matchups for the Champions division. As Osvaldo looked like he took a bounce, but the referee called him out. Osvaldo trying to get out without getting lit up. Doesn't manage to do that successfully as Brad McCurley jumps into the 50 snake and gets another kill across the field. And just one body left alive for CEP in the back of the snake, and he starts getting torched. So he runs off the field. That is Daniel Keene, the last remaining body, and Infamous putting the hammer down on CEP here. CEP still fighting, blows that horn, concedes the point to LA Infamous, and now it is going to be 6-2 with just 1:05 left to go in this game. This game brought to you by Pro Edge Paintball. My boy John Jackson down there out in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, runs an awesome shop down there, and Pretty much anything you need, you can get at ProEdgePaintball.com. And it looks like we're going to be about minute and 5. It's all LA Infamous essentially in this game, and looking like Chattanooga CP is going to get relegated down to the Challengers Division. And we're going to be right back after this.
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
The Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия – это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire small and lighter than leading competitors,
the Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse that paintball puts out and keep feeding no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well.
Not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together. Find out more at virtuespire.com.
All right, so here we go. The schedule for the rest of the day. LA Infamous looking like they are going to defeat Chattanooga CP, and then Upton 187 crew is going to take on Seattle Thunder in the Challengers Division semifinal. And then whoever wins that game will take on the victor of Omaha Vicious and Texas Storm, also Challengers semifinal matchup. And those teams will meet this afternoon at 4:05 Eastern Time. And then we have the Champions Division semifinal. San Diego Dynasty taking on LA Ironman, and Tampa Bay Damage taking on Edmonton Impact. So the cool thing about the next 2 games is that the winners of those games will be bumped up to the Champions Division. And so those are going to be some hard-fought battles. And then we have all the divisional finals. Man, great day of paintball here at the 2013 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open. Got about a minute and 10 seconds to go on that timeout. And, you know, CP, though, not having a bad year. I mean, they didn't have a great event in this one, but they did play really well in Dallas. And, you know, honestly, if I was running that team, it's not a bad thing, really, if they're going to go down to the Challengers Division. If they go down there and dominate, get some really good games in, and because they just need to keep getting better, focus on the fundamentals. Again, survivability has become an issue. Really haven't got a lot of penalties, so they seem to have cured that curse. So that's huge. And there's just so much talent on that team that I really think that, you know, given a little bit of time, a little bit more seasoning, and if they could just fix some of those glaring errors they have in their survivability issues, I think they could eventually, you know, make a run at it.
Well, the Challengers Division is nice because you're still playing good teams.
Yeah,
but what you get is an opportunity to get better.
Yeah.
You know, you get an opportunity to get better, play some good teams, you know, get some games under you, and, you know, try and come together better as a team, you know, get some experience. And, you know, it's a challenge to fight your way back into the Champions Division.
Here we go.
Oh, on the break, CEP tries to go all the way to the Snake 2 on the break, and they make it. But, oh, I think they might have lost one body. Infamous loses one body going out to the Dorito side. AJ Trillet gets shot going out to the Dorito corner. Daniel Keene straight into the 50 Snake over here. Bobby Aviles comes from the Snake Tower into the Snake 1. Referee checking Brandon Mayo. Oh, CEP asking for a check right now. Damian Ryan comes out of his bunker and gets blown up. So CEP just trying to run down the field right now and do whatever they can. With just 20 seconds left, they're going to have to run into the guns of Bobby Aviles, Chris Sosine, and Brandon Mayo.
Yeah.
Bobby Aviles
well, and
opens up the skull.
Not enough time, though, for CP to even score another point. So it's looking like CP will get relegated. It's official, and Infamous proving that they deserve a spot in the Champions Division here by defeating CP. What was that? So what's going to Brandon Mayo and the ref for having a little conversation? Brandon Mayo already had a major penalty today.
Yeah, definitely didn't want to get another one.
I think it was that Mayo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's Bobby Aviles on your screen right there. You know, all fighting that guy. doing a good job, sealing this game up 6-2 against CEP. So they're going to stay. Moscow Red Legion, CEP, going to head on down to the Challengers Division.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the bracket here. Sunday's competition. So here's the Challengers Division playoffs. 1-8-7 taking on Thunder in the semifinal. And then Vicious and Storm. And then the winners of those games will play in the final this afternoon, 4:05 Eastern Time. Man, it's going to be a great day of paintball here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, Paintball Access. Help us spread the paintball gospel. So I'm Eddie Marshall alongside Todd Martinez, and stick around. And it looks like we have an Infamous interview with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines with Infamous. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, standing here with Callie from Infamous. Congratulations. I know this one is a little bittersweet for you guys because you want to be in the finals, but what did you expect from CEP coming out today?
We expected them to play hard. They always play us hard, and they did play a good game. We just happened to come out on top, and throughout the year they've been getting better and better, and so it's it was a good game.
All right, so what are you guys going to be working on and focusing on so for the next event you do make it to the finals?
Well, the next event is going to be our hometown event. We got a lot of Chicago guys, and we really just need to focus on coming out strong and not slow like we did the first 2 days or first day. And if we do that, then I think we'll not be in this position again.
All right, well, thank you so much. Congratulations. Now we're going to go and see who's going to win this challenger bracket.
Did you hear that? Hear what? Tanks? 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 Tanks! Tanks! Yeah, tanks! Night, night. Tanks? Tanks! 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 Weasel free!
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия – это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire smaller and lighter than leading competitors,
The Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse the paintball puts out and keep feeding no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well.
not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together. Find out more at virtuespire.com.
Odds of surviving a hippo attack. Odds of surviving a car fire. Odds of surviving a helicopter crash. Odds of you winning this tournament. Odds of you winning a prize from Valken, especially if you head over to Facebook and enter our Paintball Access Daily Contest. Enter, win, celebrate.
During their breakout season of 2012, Upton 187 crew turned heads with their aggressive attack and high level of young talent. They're bringing most of